Hi guys, have you ever been locked out by a landlord? I came home one evening and found 2 padlocks at my door. I'd come from work and I didn't know what to do. Guys, it is that season of life that you get in a situation that you cannot pay your rent and you are hustling. Actually, it was not a time of employment, it was a time of business. You know, this time that you pull out of employment or you are sacked and you go through hell. I went through such a situation because I had just stopped working and I had entered into a small scale business and guys, I could not pay my rent. This is because I was still waiting for the situation to improve, and while waiting, things, instead of getting better, they continued getting worse. And I spoke to my landlord and I told her, she was a lady. Let me tell you guys, I thought because she's a woman, she'd understand. And I told her to give me some time so I could try and see how I would sort out my rent arrears. And have you ever spoken to somebody who's not answering you but just looking at you like this? My landlady just looked at me like this. I had a rent arrears of 5 months. And it wasn't much because it was a small house that I was paying little money. So it wasn't that much. But considering that there were 5 months, I think this lady thought I would maybe run away with her money. And you know, I came to speak to her on the 3rd month. I had rent arrears of 2 months, and now this 3rd month is when I spoke to her, and she was actually waiting for her money. And I don't blame her. When you are waiting for your money, it is your right that you are paid and paid in the right time. So guys, I come home and I go to the landlord's. It was not a caretaker, it was the landlord who was coming for her own money. And I said, woman to woman, lady, I want to speak to you. I've not been very stable and I've arrears, those 2 months arrears, and this is the 3rd month. And I'm here to request that you give me more time. I look for money because there is money that I'm expecting somewhere, and I'm sure I will pay up. If I wasn't sure that I would pay up, I would have exited the house. But I'm very, very sure I'll pay up because I moved from employment to business recently. And my business has not peaked, but it is going to peak because there are months that we know the kind of business that I was doing. There were months that we know the business peaked. So guys, I spoke to a landlord who was just looking at me like this. And she did not answer me back. She did not answer me. So I spoke to her, she looked at me, I spoke and left. When I went to my house and slept. And the following day, I went to my business premises, my business, my place of work. Guys, in the evening I came home to find 2 padlocks by the door. Yes, I found 2 padlocks by the door. The second padlock was hers. The first padlock is the one that I used to work with. And guys, I'm not telling a very new story because I'm sure there are many people who have experienced that, especially in Nairobi. I hear and I know that there are many people who find their houses locked in the evening by landlords. So, you are coming from work, it is 7:30 in the evening, there is a padlock, an extra padlock on the door. You don't know what to do. You are not doing well, very well financially. And you have come at night, it is dark, it is locked. Thank God I did not have a child that time. So guys, I'm telling you, it's so confusing. And I went straight to her house and knocked at the door. The lady was not in. The lady locked the house and made sure that she's not even in for the night. What do you do when you don't even have clothes to change? What do you do when you have come in with your skuma wiki, that is your vegetables, and prepare them? You are carrying them, that's what you're going to make for supper, and you find your house locked. What do you do when you have no place to shower? What do you do when you don't even know a neighbor that you can approach and ask, can I sit in your house? Or can I sleep in your house? And the most perturbing thing is clothes to wear, guys. Clothes to wear. So guys, hey, this story is it is not a joke. Let me tell you, I waited outside, starting by my door. And have you ever lived in an estate or in a plot where the neighbors will say you have a problem and they come peeping, they peep and they go back to inside their houses. They peep and they go back inside their houses. And there I am holding myself like this outside my door. So I sat there, I stood there, did not even have a seat, until another gentleman, may God bless men, may God bless men. Many women had passed me by, but this man comes past me, and then obviously he used to see me. There's a bus passing. Is it a train? Yeah, it's a train. There's a train passing by. So this gentleman comes and speaks to me. He used to be a neighbor, but we had never spoken, and said hi to me and asks me if I'm okay, and I said I'm not, because actually I was not. Now it was about 8:15. I was still standing outside the door. Actually, I did not even have an idea what I would do after that. So he came and said hi to me, and do you have a problem? I said yes. And how can I help? And I told him my house is locked. Maybe you can help with a seat. I sit here and wait for the landlord. Because for the lady, because I know she will come. And the gentleman said, okay, why don't you come into my house and wait for her there, because she has never failed to come. She will come. I know she's already delayed. And the gentleman was very kind to me. And guys, because it was very cold, I agreed to enter his house. And on entering his house, guys, let me tell you, angels are there. The angels are still there. If you thought angels stopped being there, they are still there. Angels of the biblical days are still there. This gentleman came and gave me a place in his room. I sat. He gave me a cup of coffee. It was very cold, and a slice of bread. And you know the way gentlemen are. Sometimes there are two sufurias there. They are not washed, and he proceeded and left me taking coffee. He proceeded to do his dishes outside there. We used to wash our utensils outside. And he went to wash his utensils, and I took my coffee silently as I waited for the landlady. Guys, do you know something? This lady really intended to hurt me, because, guys, the landlady did not come, had not come even by 10. I sat in that gentleman's house, the guy came, was even now trying to, I was even thinking that he's feeling very uncomfortable with me, but he kept consoling me and telling me, don't worry, things will be okay, don't worry. And I was there worried, not knowing what I will wear in the morning, and where I would even sleep. Why am I even talking about morning? Where I would even sleep. So we sat there up to about 10, and the guy kept peeping to see whether the landlady is there. The gentleman suggested that I rest there, and he told me you can even use my sofa. If you don't feel comfortable in my bed, you can use my sofa, and take the key, hold it with your hands, lock the door from inside. After we ate supper, we even ate supper in his house. And I'm going to my neighbor's house. He's another gentleman who was in the neighbor's room. He used to live in rooms. And guys, the gentleman went to the other room, and he made sure I locked the house from the inside myself. He left me a blanket there, he left his empty bed, and he told me, if I feel comfortable, I can lie on his bed. If I don't feel comfortable, I can use the cover to lie on the seat. But he left and went to sleep in the living room. Guys, let me tell you, this lady didn't come until morning. See you in the next video. The rest is history. Bye.